Hey guys, I'm Cassandra Bodzak and you're tuned in to the Daily Light. Today we are talking about busting through perfectionism. And this is a funny topic for me to be talking about because for the longest time I have been somewhat of an anti-perfectionist. In fact, I kind of gloat about it as one of my best attributes is how much of a perfectionist I am not, because it's really allowed me to get a lot of things out there, whether it was my blog or certain, posts, whether it was videos when I first started out. I never let the fact that everything wasn't exactly perfect stop me from doing what I wanted to try to do. I would, for better or worse, to put something out there that was, still very much a work in progress unapologetically. And it has helped me get to where I am today by not allowing that perfectionism to paralyze me. So, to my surprise, when I started writing my book about 4 or 5 months ago, that little devil perfectionism creeped in, and all of a sudden it started getting its grasp on me in a way that I had never experienced before. And as I was writing the book, there was like every little thing I wanted to be perfect, and I would literally get frozen because I was so attached to this ideal of what everything had to be like, until I finally realized one day that I wasn't actually making any progress. I was allowing myself to kind of get stuck in this state of being in my head and worrying about everything and changing things a bajillion times and going back and forth and not actually taking action, not actually doing recipe testing or writing or getting things done. I was so stuck. So what it took me to bust through it was two things. I think the first thing that really helped me was really seeing it, was having that altitude. Thanks to my meditation and my self-awareness, I was able to see, wow, Cass, you're not making any progress on this because you're putting so much, I want to say stress, but I guess that's what it felt like. It felt like I was putting so much stress into making sure that everything was precisely perfect. And so I saw that, and I realized because of that, then I wasn't even doing anything. And I remembered back when I first started writing, I had asked a few writers for advice. What's your advice when you're writing your first book? And time again, I would get this same nugget of wisdom. And that wisdom was, just get the first draft done. And it's really funny looking back at it now, because if someone asked me a nugget of advice, I'd probably say the same thing. So I remember this, just get the first draft done, and allowed myself to loosen that grip and say, hey, let me just get this first draft done. Nothing's finalized yet, but if I don't get it out, there's nothing to even work with, right? And this is like anything in your life. So whether it's that blog that you're thinking of starting, that website, that jewelry business, that whatever it is, right? Whatever project you're thinking of launching or doing or whatnot, right? And you're getting stuck in making sure, like, oh, is everything going to look exactly perfect? I didn't have all these things that people do today. People have like brand advisors before they even start. They have people, have this team of brand experts designing their website and their logo and all this stuff, right? When I started, I didn't have a logo when I began with. My logo was whatever font was available on WordPress, right? My website was whatever I could, figure out how to do late one night while I was in my dorm room. And I think so much of that has really worked for me, because I see so many people stop at the start. They get paralyzed by this perfectionism by thinking they need all this. Great. If you have all the money to throw into that when you're starting your business, more power to you. They're great resources. But let me tell you, if you don't start where you're at, and you are fine. You are more than fine with what you have. And same thing with, when you're starting a new project, just start where you're at, but start. And then my other little nugget that came through for me recently was I was flipping through, it was really funny because I have the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, and I'm a fan. And I finished it back when it came out, and I was flipping through my Instagram, and I saw one of my friends posted one of Elizabeth Gilbert's quotes from that book. And her quote is, better done than good. Or maybe I'm probably butchering the quote, but something along those lines. It's better to have something that's done than good. And I would, amend that and say I do believe it can be done and good. But I would say better to have something that's done than to have something that's perfect, right? So that's really been my mantra as I'm finishing up this book. It's better to have something that's done than to have something that's perfect. We are all works in progress. In every element of our lives, in every element of our businesses, in every element of our creative projects, we are all works in progress. So just know, better to have something that's done. Better to get whatever is, in you out right now. And know that, this is just a first draft, whatever it is, whether it is the actual first draft of your book, or it's you launching your company, or you doing an online course, it's okay for it to be a first draft, right? But if you allow that perfectionism to paralyze you, then it will never exist, right? So I hope, this is calling to mind something for you right now that maybe you're being a little bit of a perfectionist around in your life, and you can just, use those two little mantras, just get that first draft done, whatever it is, whatever that first draft looks like in that context. And then, also better to have it done than good, or better to have it done than perfect, right? And hopefully that will help you as much as it did for me to kind of loosen that grip of perfection and move forward unapologetically with your beautiful work. So if this video helped you, I'd love to hear how down in the comments below. Let me know. I love hearing from you. If you have a friend that is a perfectionist and you know exactly which one you're thinking of right now, send him or her the link to this video and give him a little help. I hope you guys subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!